wanting to really push the message more so now than ever, because I've been holding on to it, about inner beauty. You know, so many of us have, blessed God, made it about, you know, the exterior so much, and there's nothing wrong with looking good at all. You know, when you look good, you feel good, and that is real talk, you do. But you can look like, you know, Miss America and, you know, still be the ugliest person on this side of heaven because of your inside. We want to make sure that the inside is just as beautiful, if not more, than your outside. But anyhow, that's not what I was wanting to go into. Something, blessed God, that I was being downloaded with as I was driving is having to do with what words were there? Beautification, purification, and authentication. I was saying your tears, because I've been talking about, you know, having my time of just literally crying, you know, having my crying times. And it's like afterwards, you know, of course I'm good, but it's like having those times where I literally sometimes would just cry. You know, I might be in the middle of praying, I might be in the middle of reading, and it would just come and it would flow and it would have to. And so I don't know how many of you have been, you know, dealing with that, because life is life. And when we think about life and different things that have and are taking place in life, sometimes we need that cleanse, and sometimes Holy Spirit will pull that out of you even when you're trying to fight it. And so God was beginning to tell Purification, tell me about tears of beautification, tears of purification, tears of authentication. And that's what has been going on for the purifying, basically, of us wholeheartedly. And it made me think about, like, in like facial regimens, like when you are literally trying to get, you know, your skin in a healthier space, when you begin a new facial regimen or whatever the case may be, the products that you use, they bring the impurities to the surface first, right? So that they can get the actual source, oh blessed God, of whatever it is that is causing, you know, whatever with your face. So it has to bring those things that are underneath, underlying to the surface, so it can directly penetrate that and get rid of that before it starts the process of actually beautifying the surface of and going more in depth with that, right? When God is literally purifying us, purifying our hearts, He will begin to expose those things on the inside of us that we have been trying to hold in, that we have been trying to cover up, that we have been trying to keep hidden from others. You know, those things that we were harboring inside of us, whether it's, you know, bitterness or envy or jealousy or anger or anxiety, whatever it is. He'll bring those things to the surface so that He can actually work, oh wow, blessed God, so that He can actually work on our hearts for real, for real. So He's having to pull those things out. And so when we are,
shoulder ahead.
Thank you, Siri. When we are working on being authentic, completely authentic, we have to literally get rid of the facade of what it is that we've been presenting to the world. We have to get rid of the counterfeit version of ourselves that we have been presenting to the world, or presenting to ourselves for that matter. And sometimes that's literally getting rid of the words and the thoughts and the ideations and perceptions that other people have placed on us. You know, certain people can place those perceptions on you so much that you begin to believe them, and you begin to operate in them and think that that's what you're supposed to do. I know for me, for a long time, because I was in bodybuilding and going through that process, people kept telling me, like, you need to coach people, you need to coach people, you will train people. And so for a long time, I was thinking like I needed to train people, and that wore me out. And I wasn't even getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to wear you out. You ain't even getting paid for it. And I was taking on responsibility that I was not even supposed to be taking on. God brought all of these things back to my attention because of what other people were placing on me, because of what they saw physically transpiring with me. And it's not to say that training people is a bad thing, but that wasn't for me in that time and space. You know, it was something else that God was doing in me at that time. And it was just a time of preparation, you know, for things to come in, you know, in the now and in the future. So, blessed God, we have to let go of all of that. And so when we release those tears, it's like He's allowing those tears to be what washes away all of that, because those tears are symbolic of the vulnerability that we are having in our intimate time with Him. Those tears are symbolic of, let's say, God, the trust that we are giving Him with our hearts and releasing the control. Because sometimes we don't realize that we're really trying to control our emotions with our Father, and He knows what we feel in anyway. We're trying to make ourselves believe something about ourselves, and even in our prayer, telling God something that ain't the truth, but we almost made ourselves believe that it is the truth, and we're trying to give it to Him, and He's like, I know what it is. And so that's when He begins to allow Holy Spirit to yank that out. And so when we release those tears, it's that true vulnerability that we are allowing ourselves to have with our Father, and to release that so that He can begin to heal us by pulling that mess up at the root. But we have to have that intimate time with Him. We got to have that intimate time with Him. And we got to be willing to be vulnerable and honest before Him. Blessed God. I'm sorry, I had to I got a long time to drive. So I wanted to release that. If I pray that this touches you. I pray that you can understand what it is that I'm saying. And I pray that if you are and if you have
shoulder ahead.
Siri trying to wreck my flow. If you understand it,